Good afternoon, everybody. We're here with another episode of the GrownCast. It's episode 3, and today we're going to be talking about God's enough versus our enough. And I got to give a special shout out to Autumn Mack. She helped me come up with this acronym. I really appreciate it. And so the story that we're going to talk about today is going to be from Matthew chapter 14, verses 13 through 21. And it talks about feeding the 5,000. I know when we look at that story, you can see how what we thought was enough, how we thought that 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish weren't enough, but God turned it into enough and even overflowed that into more. And so let's go into our acronym. The acronym this week is going to be enough. So the E stands for exceedingly and abundantly. Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that works within us." And so that means he can take anything that we may not think is enough, and he can expand our dreams and expand our mind. He can do anything above what we can even imagine or conceive. And then we have the N. The N stands for never ending or non-stop. What his enough for his plan for us and his enough for us, it continues to grow, it continues to move, it continues to work. And we think about, salvation, and it doesn't just happen here on earth, but it continues on into eternity. That's the joy of it. And then the O stands for overflow. So in the story when Jesus fed the 5,000, he did not just feed 5,000 people, he fed women and children as well on top of that 5,000. And then he had 12 baskets left, all from 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Think about how amazing that is. And then next we have you. When we say his love is enough for us, his love is unconditional. It means it's without limitations. There's nothing holding it back. And then we have G. The G is for grace. That grace is a free and unmerited favor of God. It's really like when there's a song that says, "Your grace and mercy has brought me through. I'm living each moment because of you. I want to thank you and praise you too, because your grace and mercy has brought me through." And a lot of times when we think about grace, God's grace it's not because we deserve it, but he gives it to us anyway. And when he gives it to us, he doesn't just give us half behind stuff. He really pours out his blessing and his favor and his love for us. And then the H, when God gives us hope, his hope is enough for us. What it does is it brings hope. Right? His enough brings that hope. It shows us what he can do for us, but it shows us what an awesome God we serve. And then to kind of bring it all together and all into the purpose. And when we talk about purpose of your life, it really says that his plan and his purpose are enough for you. You'll be satisfied. You'll be loved. You'll feel his love. You will feel the things that you didn't even think that you could do or even conceive of. I promise you he'll blow your mind. So always remember that God is enough, his grace is enough, his mercy is enough. And the acronym is exceedingly, non-stop, overflow, unconditional, grace, and hope. And thank you for joining us for another episode of the GrownCast.